How about that stiff arm that he gave Shaq Thompson?
Oh man,
That was
it's crazy. Like right before that, he kept telling me, he was like, "Man, nobody's out there talking noise. The only one that's been talking is Shaq."
uh-huh.
And he just kept saying that every time he was coming off the sideline, and I guess he got his opportunity. He was able to get some payback with that stiff arm, but it was just great to see that out of him, because that's what we saw at LSU. That's why he, was considered to be the first running back drafted a couple years ago. Was plays like that and his angry run style. So it was real good to see.
So, Chris, if one of your Skins teammates gets trucked like that, gets stiff-armed, do you guys goof on him in the locker room like the next few weeks, or is that a tricky topic? Like,
Probably depends if they win or lose.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think it probably depends on win or lose too. I just know like offensive wise, especially with the running backs, if we're picking up a block and a guy like just manhandles us, we get on each other about it and we laugh about it. So I would assume it's probably defense. They probably climb and win. It's a win, of course.
Yeah.
About it and just kind of get to, laugh about it, because those things that's gonna happen. Nobody's exempt from that. Everybody's gonna get hit hard too. So it's something you can enjoy it when you can laugh about it when you win games, of course.
I know you're not a defensive guy, and you're probably not paying attention to what's going on when you guys are off the field. But what happened defensively? The Carolina Panthers marched down the field, 75-yard drive and a 55-yard drive. Back-to-back is 14-0 before you could blink. And then all of a sudden, I think Carolina punted 7 straight times with a pick in between. They couldn't move the ball at all after those first 2 drives. What the hell happened?
I think from what I could see, because for the most part I try to stand up and just watch and see what's going on the defense. I think there was some miscommunication and stuff going on, especially in that defensive backfield a little bit.
Right.
And, I believe, they did some talking and going on the sideline and made sure they got their communication together, or maybe even coach, maybe might have changed the play calls and made them a little more simpler and things like that for all the guys, and they just started clicking, man. Like I don't know, man. It was unbelievable how great they end up playing after dropping those first 2 drives, and then on the offensive side, we went 3 and out right after. I think after their first long drive, we went 3 and out, put them right back on the field. They scored again, and then after that, they were on fire, and that's you love to see that. And our D line, those guys up front, got all the sacks that they got. It was amazing to see.
Talking to Redskins running back Chris Thompson, presented by Steamfitters UA Local 602. They built this city. The last couple of weeks, despite the numbers, you said you like what you've been seeing from 7, and you weren't in the huddle. This is the first game you played with him in a while. Tell us what you're seeing in terms of the progress from Dwayne Haskins.
Just being in the huddle, I feel like he's taking more control. He's more calm out there. Everybody remembers he would go out there, the whole story about him having wristbands and things like that, and he's put more on himself to not even want to use the wristband and just trying to learn everything. And he was able, he was out there being able to flip and flip protections to be able to protect himself. And that's what I love to see. I remember one time I was calling out the protection. I was saying it out loud, but I was like, man, we need to flip this. We need to flip this protection. And we had like what we call a dummy count. And he walked up, he switched the protection, put us in in the right position for him to be able to get all 5 or get all 6 guys. blocked up. And, that's the growth I've been seeing. And then he's getting more and more calm and confident back there in the pocket. So, as long as playmakers, we continue to make plays for him, I think he's going to continue to get better and better. I love that play, that extended play that he threw the sprinkle that Spring ended up dropping it.
Yeah.
I think it was like on the 3rd and 12 or something like that. Those are the steps that I see he's been making, and I can tell he's getting more and more just comfortable with the game and the speed of everything out there.
What's really been impressive is, he hadn't been able to throw touchdowns, really, but he's limited his turnovers in his starts.
Yeah.
And that's been good. Yeah,
that's huge. That's huge for sure, especially, dealing with young quarterbacks. For the most part, with most teams, the focus is to have a good run game to, not put that much pressure on a rookie quarterback. And thankfully we were able to have a good game, but he's been limiting those turnovers and stuff as well. And I think that has come with him just growing and being able to read defenses better. The more he gets these game reps in, he's able to read and see everything differently. And, I know he's putting all the time in to be able to continue to progress and help us win these games. And I'm just happy for him and for his team. We've been able to put 2 straight together, and hopefully we can keep it going.
What's it like for you when you see guys like Nate Orchard and Chris Odom come in and have a massive impact on the game? I mean, Nate Orchard, wasn't even on a roster last week, and I don't think you win the game without him, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Odom had been here, I think through camp and some of the preseason, and he had done some good things then before he got cut, and it was just good to see him come back and be able to make an immediate impact. And Nate Orchard, man, to not even go through practices with us and to be able to go out there and make some huge plays, man. It was great to see. Yeah, it was great to see, and I'm happy for those guys because, they both just came from home, being at home last week, and to be able to come in and get a few sacks and make that big play at the end of the game on that 4th down was huge.